Hello, hello. I will do a quick overview of why we created CrowdSec, the idea, the motivation behind CrowdSec, and how it works. All right. Without further ado, people that are not here yet will see the replay. So once again, I'm Julian. I'm Deputy CTO at CrowdSec, and I will be filling in for Jack, our community manager, who couldn't make it for this webinar. This session is going to be about a quick presentation of how we came with the idea of CrowdSec and how CrowdSec works. Let's start. So it started with the observation and the experience of the fact that cybersecurity until now is a bit like being a super soldier against an army. The approach was one against many. And this model, it has reached its limit and it has many flaws. First, with this approach, you are trying to build the toughest wall by yourself, with your team, but still one against an army of hackers. And you're throwing big money to get the best teams, to get the best tools. But with this approach, we've got some very big spenders in cybersecurity, but in the end, they still fell to one or multiple attacks in the past years. So what's the solution? Do we throw more money? Our approach is a bit different. It's like, let's try a different approach. Let's try the power of the crowd to protect against an army. We've seen many crowdfunding, crowdsourcing. It's not new, but in cybersecurity, it's not been applied seriously, and that's what we wanted to overtake as a challenge. So what are the advantages of a collaborative approach? Well, first, of course, you share intelligence across multiple systems, across countries, across industries. It allows you proactive defense, of course, because the network will have heard about attacks before they reach your system, and you'll be notified of them. And it fosters partnership, between sector of industry that are on this same network, between private and public institution. It facilitates a coordinated cybersecurity response ability across the network. That's why we are building this detection and IP reputation network. We are already the largest one, and our network is composed, one, of real servers. It's production servers, it's not honeypots. We have a very natural signal. Real web pages, real e-commerce website, banks, portals on e-commerce, on healthcare, on online gambling, but also some servers hosting gaming, a Minecraft server, some file server, etc. The diversities and the naturality of the signals allow us to see things that others don't, to have a footprint on the internet unseen until now. We are the largest, as I was telling you, network of detection and IP reputation, and we are still expanding. And the more we will be, and the faster we'll be able to counter the attack, detect and counter the attacks. So what does CrowdSec protect? CrowdSec protects the endpoint of your servers that are exposed to the internet. And if we look at the scenario of attacks, this schema is according to an IBM X-Force Threat Intelligence Report from 2022. We can see that 47 plus 6, like a total 53% of intrusion come from inbound traffic. If we look at other vectors, removable medias, like you have someone with a USB key putting it in a computer, nothing we can do about it. This is fixed with careful training of your staff, sensibilization to cybersecurity. When we look at phishing with phishing viruses and stuff, it's already in your system. There's been a lot of focus to counter those attacks, antivirus, XDRs, mail protection. But something that has been overlooked in the past years is the ingress traffic. And that's where we protect you, and that's where we excel. How do we do that? We have a behavior engine that benefits from, at the moment, over 200 behavior scenario. And it will go from very basic one, like a few kinds of brute force attack, user enumeration, various types of scans, but it can go up to very complex ones or very dangerous ones, like applicative DDoS, credential stuffing, even post-exploitation on a Kubernetes network. And it's still growing with requests and participation from the community. How does it work then? Well, in order to have the largest network possible, we created an open source software that will be the ears and shield that we provide to our users. It's a very efficient software. It's coded in Go. It's easy to deploy on many platforms, from Linux to Windows, inside containers if you want, Docker or Kubernetes. And it will automatically detect and block the attacks based on the scenarios that you installed, and it will share the signal with the network. So the network is the second piece of the puzzle. You send signals to the network. What are the signals? The signals is only information about the attack. What IP is attacking you? Through what attack? Is it a DDoS? Is it a CV number XYZ? And at what time did he perform the attack? Being a French company, and France being in Europe, we are, of course, GDPR compliant, and we do not want nor care about your personal information. All we care is sharing information about the attacking machine on the internet. With this bird's eye view we have from the network, we can reach a consensus about which IP are the most aggressive, which are the real malicious IPs. The heart of CrowdSec is our expert system. This expert system that has the bird's eye view, it has many different algorithms and some data science mechanism to avoid getting false positives. And it will be resisting to poisoning attempts as well. We don't want someone to pop a few hundred machines on AWS and tell us that his competition's IP are malicious. So we are very careful in having a validation system that will allow us to be the source of truth, to build a real-time map of malicious IP and distribute it back to the participant of the network. So what are the key benefits of using CrowdSec and being CrowdSec as well, I would say? Well, first, it's open source. Of course, we need total transparency because we want you to trust what we are doing on your server. We are going to read your logs to detect behavior. We want you to be sure that your logs are staying on your server. We are doing nothing suspicious about it. All we want to do is analyze behavior to protect your server. The only thing we will extract, once again, is the IP of the attacker and the kind of attack he's performing. Being open source also allows us a very wide pool of peer reviewers, and this will help us greatly in improving the software, having very important feedback to construct the best possible and evolve in the best possible way. And the community participation will allow us to cover a pool of scenario at a pace like that you could not reach if you were trying to do it alone. So we really count and on the community participation to give us feedback, to request scenario, to help us understand the behavior they're trying to counter, on top of what we commonly see when a CV is out, etc. Then it's very versatile, as I was telling you, installable on many systems, in container or not. It operates 24/7, and it's not a burden to deploy. We really want you to install and forget. It will update with a simple command, and it will defend you, block, and send signal automatically. You don't have to involve human interaction in that. So you can focus your human effort on other aspects of your cybersecurity. It's behavior-based. Of course, it's a behavior detection engine. This is the most powerful way to really track all kinds of engine. In the past, you could use hash, binary detection and stuff, but behavior leaves a trail somehow. And this trail can easily be tracked and blocked by our security engine. Once again, without the intervention of a human interaction. Then it's actionable. Why is it actionable? As I told you, our main focus with our expert system is to be the source of truth. We don't want stale information. We don't want false positive. So when we give you information back about the most aggressive IPs in real time, meaning that when they are not aggressive anymore, they will get out, we tell you that you can action this, you can remediate on this, you can stop the attack or slow it down with various remediation, like a CAPTCHA, like reduction of bandwidth, etc. It's a proactive mechanism, as I told you. Because of this huge network, you've got much more chance to have heard about this attacker before it even touches your system. And it's real time because of the size of the network. We are able to reach consensus in a record time, and this on a massive pool of suspicious IP. What it allows us to do is to burn hackers' resource on site. Remember, it's very costly for hackers to obtain parts of compromised machines, usable IPs, and if, thanks to the network, we're able to block and burn those resources, we stop them in their tracks. You can have more details about how we do this, how you can create a behavior scenario yourself, how CrowdSec works on the CrowdSec Academy website. Thank you for participating to this webinar, and to you watching the replay, don't hesitate to get in touch with us via our Discord, Discourse, and social medias. See you very soon. Bye-bye.